I have a very different approach to Lyme than most practitioners. More often than not, you go see a Lyme literate practitioner and they're going to give you long-term antibiotics to try to kill the Lyme. And to me, that is really putting things very backwards. You are just causing more damage to your gut. You're killing more good bacteria. You're causing more damage to your liver. Overall, you are weakening your body. And what I believe is that Lyme has been around for a very long time. It's not new that we've just been being bitten by ticks and getting all these co-infections. But what's really changed is our bodies are no longer able to handle it. And that is due to our bodies being so overwhelmed with toxins and stress. Our body's like a bank account. And when we're constantly making withdrawal after withdrawal after withdrawal, it gets weakened and it's no longer able to handle things that it should, like viruses and bacteria and pathogens in the gut and mold, all these things that a healthy body should be able to handle. It's no longer able to do that. And it becomes very weakened and we start to have all these symptoms appear. So, in general, when we're looking at healing from Lyme, the first thing we need to do is start to strengthen the body, not weaken it further by taking a bunch of antibiotics. I rarely have I ever seen anybody take a bunch of antibiotics for anything and eventually get better. Usually it leads to more health issues. They might sometimes fix that chronic infection if they take it long enough, but they're left with lasting harm to other systems in the body. So the first thing we want to do is rebuild the body. We want to run labs. We want to see what does the body need to get stronger. And after that, we want to look at one really big key factor that a lot of practitioners do not understand and they miss, and that is ammonia. When I work with Lyme clients, one thing that I see over and over again is that people that have issues with Lyme also have genetics mutations, so mutations on certain genes in their detoxification pathways that already make them more predisposed to high ammonia levels. And high ammonia brings brain fog, fatigue, achy joints, all sorts of symptoms that are really correlated with Lyme. And I often hear like people, I'm having a Lyme flare. Well, is it a Lyme flare or is it ammonia building up and your body is just unable to deal with it? And from my experience, it's the latter. It is the ammonia issue. And so when we run genetics, we often see this. And not only do we find that there is a genetic issue with ammonia, so the body is already producing too much, but normally it's coupled with other ammonia producing pathogens like H. pylori, Prevotella, and hydrogen sulfide SIBO. So that combined with the Lyme, the ammonia cup ends up being overfilled. The body just cannot handle it. And ammonia actually needs two molecules of BH4 to detoxify it. And we also need that BH4 to make our neurotransmitters. Our neurotransmitters are responsible for our drive, our motivation, feeling good, feeling happy, our memory, all of these things we need our neurotransmitters for. And if we are depleted in BH4 because it's being used up trying to tackle the ammonia, then we're going to have a whole host of systemic symptoms because of that. And instead of focusing on the Lyme itself, we need to focus on repairing this detoxification pathway, putting more support on board for ammonia and starting to lower the ammonia that we're bringing in, because we also get a lot of sulfur in our diet. And a lot of people, when they're trying to heal from Lyme, they're going gluten-free, they're going to these often these low carb diets are a really big fad right now, whether it's keto or carnivore, and they're jacking their ammonia and their sulfur levels up from their food. So not only are we getting it from the genetics and the detox pathways already making them more predisposed to it, then these pathogens, and then on top of that, they think they're going to a healthy diet, and they're also raising their ammonia levels that way. And it just keeps this vicious cycle going. So step one, we want to rebuild and rebalance the body. We want to repair these detox pathways. We want to remove out the ammonia. And then we also have to recognize that Lyme hides in biofilm. And in particularly biofilm of protozoa and parasites. And so if you're trying to kill your Lyme with antibiotics, you're just creating resistance. You need to back up the boat and you need to go and tackle your gut and deal with the parasites and protozoa and their biofilm first. first step. You got to do that. So, and before that, you need to rebuild the body and repair the detox pathways, because just trying to kill your parasites and protozoa and get rid of the biofilm is going to lead to disaster. I have a whole video on why not to jump to gut work. It doesn't go well. So that's my take on Lyme. Don't focus on Lyme. It doesn't matter what you think your symptoms are coming from. Don't focus on one thing. Instead, focus on healing the body, because a healthy body is going to keep everything in check really, really well, much better than any of your antibiotics are going to do that. And really, our antibiotics should be saved for acute infections. We want to save them. We don't want to be using them all the time. We want to save them for acute infections. Even when it comes to natural antibiotics, there's a few of them that I don't like to use. I like to save them for when we have an acute infection so that we can really prevent having to go on antibiotics. But if we're using them every day and we're just constantly trying to kill things in our body and not really look at why it's happening and why the body is weakened, then we are going to create a lot of resistance, and cleaning up our body is going to take a lot longer. So if you're looking for a practitioner, you're interested in this approach, you can go to my website, www.sgintegrativehealing.com. I almost said the Integrative Healing Academy website, so it's www.sgintegrativehealing.com. If you are looking to become a practitioner, you can definitely check out www.integrativehealingacademy.com. That's where I teach you to become certified as a practitioner, learn to run your own labs. And you can also check out my book, Heal Yourself. It goes over my entire program. In the appendix of the book, it also talks a lot about the labs and how to analyze them yourself. So I look forward to connecting with you.